Oh, yes, and that was, of course, Frankie Caballero Jr. and Perdóname. And on the phone, I got Mr. Lucky Joe from San Antonio. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, John, but a quick correction. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley.
Oh, okay. I guess because I see you all the time in San Antonio, I just assume, but ¿qué dicen when you assume?
Yeah. ¿Cómo estás?
So I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing real good. Feeling very blessed. Thank God. Doing real good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. First of all, I want to go ahead and thank Tejanos Unite. Of course, Gil Mata, helped set up the interview. And of course, the president of Tejanos Unite, Rose, La Única Rose, and, you're the feature artist of the week. So, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you so much to Tejanos Unite, and thank you for having me on the Artist of the Week. It's an honor to be on the program. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it's an honor to have you here on what we call the interview icebox. That's what we call it. Everything's about ice aquí nomás. We just like the como dicen Icehouse, baby.
Put it on ice.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? We talked a little bit, and what we want to do to start off the interview is let you go ahead and give a little history about you and how you got into the music, and because we have some listeners here that know your music but really don't know your story, on how you started and where you're at.
Just really quick, because it's a long story.
Okay.
I first joined my first professional band when I was about 17 years old, and that was with Alma Pulido, Bobby Pulido's sister.
Right.
And then from there, I toured with her for a couple of years, the United States and Mexico, and then I joined Jennifer Peña and Los Jets, and I was with her for about, I'd say, two years as well. She's based out of Corpus Christi, and also toured United States and Mexico. And after Jennifer Peña Los Jets, I joined Los Frijoles Románticos from the Valley. And that was some of the ex-band members from Elida y Avante.
Right.
So, and then after that, after touring with Frijoles Románticos, I went ahead and when Frijoles Románticos came to somewhat of a standstill, I decided to pursue my solo career as a solo artist. And then I went ahead and recorded my first demo, and we presented it to Freddie Records, me and my friend Lalo Reina from El Diamante, which is her husband now. And we presented that demo, if you must say. We presented that demo to Freddie, and he went ahead, and we were very fortunate to get picked up with Freddie Records. And I've been with Freddie for about 3 years now, and it's just been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy ride. It's been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, you're out there, and all you gotta say is Lucky Joe to people, and they're like, oh man, I love his music. And so we're gonna talk about how you got your style and stuff here in a second. But I heard a story about you, and I want you to talk about it. And of course I'm sure you get this all the time on all the interviews, but my audience know you, and we play you all the time, but might not know some of the history. How did you get the nickname Lucky?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's not a nickname. It's my real name. It's on my license. It's on my birth certificate. My name is Lucky Joe, and the story behind that is that I was a stillborn baby. When I was born dead, and the doctors revived me. And once my father found out the whole story behind it, my mom was waiting for him to get there to the hospital, and she told him the story. And actually, my father was the one who named me Lucky Joe.
Oh yeah, so that's the story. So you were born, and I can kind of relate to that, because I had my youngest brother, there's like 14 years apart. So, the years. And, when my mom went to go into labor, and I remember this, I was probably about 13, they called and said, we got bad news. They can't hear a heartbeat. And so more likely he's going to not be born alive. So that's what we were expecting. And nombre, he came out screaming and hollering and high-fiving everybody and all that good stuff. And but you know what? The thing that I wanted to ask you about, when I heard that story, and it kind of relates to my brother, what do you think, what kind of, I know this might be, I hope it's not too deep because I get deep sometimes, but how did that affect you throughout your life knowing that story? And how do you think it affect you musically?
I think that it didn't affect the story didn't affect me much until I found out what really affected me. I think growing up, through my childhood was the fact that kids will be kids, and when the teacher calls roll and she's calling Juan and Sandra and Josefa, and then she runs across Lucky Joe. All the students, they're like, what? So I got picked on a lot when I was younger because of the name. But, I really didn't know why, It really didn't affect me that much, Kids will be kids. And then when I finally found out why, everything came together, So it's been, it's been a long ride. We're working now, with this third album that's coming out, and we're really excited.
Right. And, so, I know you said, you kind of gave us an idea of what bands you were playing, but what inspired you to go and start playing? Was there a lot of music in your family, musicos, or is this just something you just, decided to pick up? Because, obviously, a lot of people, pick up an instrument and they can practice, but you either have it or you don't have it. That's just the way it is, so what inspired you to pick up the instruments and start doing música?
Well, I would have to say, my mom was a big part of my inspiration. She would always expose us to, music in general, whether it be Tejano music or English music or, she loved music. So growing up as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of music, and I'd have to say that she was a big inspiration in what I do now. And luckily, growing up, my grandpa, there's not a lot of people in my family that are very musically inclined, but my grandpa would go to our house and we'd have barbecues and he'd be singing, he played a little bit of guitar. So eso también, that had a lot to do with it. And luckily for me, at the high school that I went to, there was a music program, and I joined, and that music program was taught by Mr. Benelate, may he rest in peace. And that's where I picked it up. He's the one who showed me how to play the accordion, and actually he's one of the reasons why I do what I do now.
Yeah, and of course, you're very talented, and do you? a lot of accordion players, a lot of them kind of just, I don't know how to explain this, but they kind of play, and you can tell where they went with their accordion, who inspired them, whatever. You seem to have a little bit of your own take to it. Is this something that you worked on to be a little bit different on the accordion and your music, or did you just kind of just happen?
Well, the thing is, I listen to a lot of different types of music, and I think that has a lot of influence into the way I play. I wouldn't necessarily say that I have my own style, because, to be able to create your own style is very, very difficult, to be unique. And that in itself takes years and years and years of practice and playing. Pero I guess, I get a lot of influence by the type of music that I listen to, and I try to incorporate it to the way I play. And, whether it be Rubén Vela or Rubén Naranjo or Ramón Ayala, or, different accordion players, Steve Jordan, that are very versatile in different styles. And I just try to mix it all in como una capirotada,
Yeah, absolutely. And you just, just sometimes you just go with what you know, and it comes out and it happens to be good. So there you go. You know what? I want to go ahead and play a song now, and This is off of, I guess, I want to do Amor Escondido, because that's sort of a cover that's been done before, but you got a little bit different take with it. I mean, you start off with the the guitar. Is it guitar or bajo that you're doing that on?
Well, that song, as a matter of fact, forgive me for correcting you, but that song is not a cover. I wrote that song.
Oh, okay. So then people are covering you then. Because I've heard it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wrote that song when I first recorded my first album, Suerte, the title track.
Right.
Was Suerte. But I went ahead and we released Amor Escondido as the first single. I wrote that song, and it's published and registered under Freddie Records, Marchcom Music. And yeah, that song is 100% mine, and it's amazing how people still today ask for it, and it's still very popular after 2 years. And we're very fortunate. I would love for you to play it.
Oh yeah, we get requested that one requested all the time, and I don't know if you know this, but I've heard so they're covering you, because I've heard other groups that have done this song. So
wow.
So I guess that's sort of like hey, how do you feel about this? Because I asked this one, and I won't mention who it is, and we talked about, and he did all their, all the originals. His CD was all originals. And I said, well, how would you feel, about somebody doing the recording as a cover? And he goes, no, they can. His take was, I feel honored if they play it at a gig, but they're not going to record it. So,
yeah.
How do you feel about that?
For us musicians, the best form of flattery is for someone to cover one of your songs. It's one of the best forms of flattery, because it shows that you're doing something right. And if any other upcoming artist would do a cover of one of my originals, I'd be very, very flattered. I feel great about it. That's even more exposure for the song itself.
Oh, absolutely. And of course, you're right. It's a lot of more exposure, and if it was me, if I had that talent to do that, I'd be, I would feel really good that somebody felt that my work was good enough to them to do the cover on.
Speaking of covers, speaking of doing covers, just real quick, I just want to mention that I myself just did a cover. It was an English song. It's a very popular song that's floating around right now in the hip hop stations. And I redid it in Spanish, and I posted it on my Facebook. We were just messing around with it, John, and it's just amazing how people have responded to it. I did Justin Bieber's "Love Yourself," and I posted it on my Facebook. I posted a short video of it, and it has over 800 shares right now, and it's at like over 45,000 views. So,
wow.
Doing covers is good. It's the best form of flattery. Like I said, if you guys have a chance to check it out and post it on your page, also that'd be great. I just did it, posted a couple of days ago. So, it's good. It's good. I'm flattered.
Yeah, definitely. And, that's not, to me, that's a cover. It really is, but it's a different genre. So I don't really consider them cover, because you have to change the stilo, of that song, So yeah, it is a cover, but it's not your typical cover, because you're not getting within the Tejano genre. You're going outside, going, whether it's country or whether it's pop. And when you do
that's why you gotta add I guess that's why you gotta add your flavor the way we did. We added accordion, and we added, the translation of the lyrics, and basically we kept it the same, but made it our style, and it's been getting a great response. But yeah, you're right. It's very difficult to do different genres as covers, especially when you translate them. But it doesn't come around very often where they get accepted, and luckily they're accepting ours very, very well.
Well, you know what? I'm going to see if I can go see where that's at, and maybe I can, if you don't mind, maybe I can get it to play it, and for the listeners, if you don't mind, we can do that maybe.
You can play it off of the Facebook, but just
go ahead and play a little bit of it.
Okay. You just want to, okay, I got you. Okay, no problem. But let's go ahead and go to Amor Escondido and set this up for us. What is the, how did you come to write the song and, and how did you decide on the music, on the melodies?
Well, at that time I was listening a lot to Grupo Intocable, and I like their melodies and I like the way they ride and stuff. And basically, Amor Escondido talks about a hidden love that you have for a person that sometimes, you can't express. A lot of people think it's about a mistress and stuff like that. And a lot of people are gonna, take it the way they want to take it. But I mean, telling you from my experience and what I was thinking when I wrote it, sometimes you have a hidden love for a person, and sometimes you can't express it, and that's what that song, talks about. So it's been doing very, very well, and I'm happy you're about to play it. So all the listeners right now, this is Amor Escondido.
All right, Lucky Joe.
Si el amarte es un pecado, pecaré toda la vida. Si el besarte es un delito, prisionero yo sería. Son tus labios contagiosos, esa boca tan divina, ya me tiene vuelto loco. Soy una causa perdida, nunca podrás olvidarme. Soy tu juego en el amor, una fuerza de lujuria en tus noches de pasión. Soy tu amor escondido, un silencio que quema, un secreto callado que te atrapa y te condena. Soy tu amor escondido, tu juguete de gala. Llegué tarde a tu vida, pero así soy feliz. Soy tu amor escondido. Nunca podrás olvidarme, soy tu juego en el amor, una fuerza de lujuria en tus noches de pasión. Soy tu amor escondido, un silencio que quema, un secreto callado que te atrapa y te condena. Soy tu amor escondido, tu juguete de gala. Llegué tarde a tu tu amor escondido, un silencio que quema, un secreto callado que te atrapa y te condena. Soy tu amor escondido, tu juguete de gala. Llegué tarde a tu vida, pero así soy feliz. Soy tu amor escondido.
Mentioned earlier, as soon as we signed with Freddie Records as a solo artist, it's just been one great ride. The company is a very respectable company, and they care a lot about their artists and they push their artists very, very well. And I'm just very fortunate to be under such a respected label, and the awards and everything coming along. It's been a great thing. 2014, we were nominated for Best New Male Artist at the Tejano Music Awards, and we were fortunate enough to take that award home. And there's been several awards. I got inducted to the Tejano Hall of Fame as a composer, as a writer. I've written several songs for different artists like Jimmy Gonzalez, David Olivares, and then there's one in particular that I wrote that received Song of the Year and vocal duo of the year back in 2013, which was the song that I wrote for Eli La Reina and Jesse Turner. And that one was a very, very successful song as well, Juntos Hasta Morir. And it's just been amazing. It's been an amazing journey, and I'm not even close to finishing this journey. And I'm taking it in as it comes, and you know, we've been touring all over the United States, you know, all the way up to Washington, to Florida, to California, of course, South Texas, and San Antonio, Houston. So it's a crazy ride, but I'm in for it. You know, at the end of the day, this is what I do, and it's about work, and I'm just very blessed, very, very blessed.
And before we go on, I want to go ahead and send a big shout out to some Tejanos Unite members, because I tell you, they do an awesome job in promoting Tejano. And again, I'm glad that they got you as Tejano Artist of the week. And I want to send a big shout out to Christina and of course Dora and Val and Frank. So they work hard promoting, and I'm honored and it's a pleasure to be tied in with them and working with them. So. Getting back to, you know, you were with all these other groups, you know, obviously, were you doing any writing for any of the bands that you're with, or just doing the accordion?
Yeah. When I was with Alma Pulido, I wrote 2 of the songs that came out on her first album. Unfortunately, with Jennifer Luzette, I didn't get a chance to write any of her material. But then when I was with Frijoles Romanticos, we recorded 2 albums, and I wrote, I would have to say about 16 or 17 songs combined in both albums. And I mean, it's just been very, you know, crazy that I've gotten to write for all these artists. I have around 50 or 60 songs in my writer's catalog, which is on BMI, and, you know, they're all registered and they're all original. So, you know, yeah, I've written for several artists, you know, and it's great, and I'm expecting to write for more.
That's a pretty big library. What was the one thing that you found that was difficult or even a pleasant surprise when you went from other bands and now you're Lucky Joe, and so you're the guy up front. You're up front. You're running the show, the band, the company. You know, it's a business. It's now you. What is one of the things that you found that you know, maybe I didn't really, you know, you didn't really realize what was that, you know? So.
That in itself, you know, it's been difficult. That in itself, to be the guy in the front, to be the guy taking care of, you know, payroll and expenses, and, you know, to be the one basically, you know, in charge of the whole business. You know, it was a very difficult transition for me, because I was just used to, you know, getting on the bus, going to sleep, and showing up to the next show. You know, showing up to the next gig and not having to worry about whether the bus has gas or it doesn't. And now it's basically, it's all on me. You know, if we have to take off at a certain time, I have to call the guys and let them know where to meet, and, you know, take care of the expenses on the road and feed them and pay them. And I'm with a bunch of great guys. Luckily, you know, I'm very fortunate to have a very united band, and you know, we're just one big old family on the road. But I'd have to say the most difficult thing for me was that transition in itself, to where, you know, now everything falls on me, you know, and you know, the thing is, you have to realize, you know, I came to the point in my life where I had to realize that, you know, in order for me to be able to be successful, or for anybody to be successful, you have to take the initiative and try it. And if you don't try, you know, you're going to go through life with the what if scenario. And I didn't want to do that. So anything that comes with this new position that I'm searching for, or that I'm striving for, I have to take it and I have to accept it, whether it be easy or whether it be difficult. But I would have to say that in itself, as far as being the one in charge, if you must say, was very difficult for me to accept. But we're doing it.
There you go. Yes, you are, and it shows. Hey, the other thing is okay. You're the accordion guy. You're the musician playing with, with these other people who are the headliners. They're the ones up front. Did you find it kind of difficult when you're up front, because you're going to get more attention? The attention of from being just the part of the band to being the actual, the front person. How did that make you feel? Because some people they're on stage and they're rocking and everything and they're doing this, but then when they get off stage, they're really, really shy. I'm surprised that some of the artists I met is like, come on, man, open your mouth, or because you're not saying nothing. You know what I mean? So how did you? How did you feel that way?
I've always been, on stage. I've always been. It's because I love what I do, John, and this is something to me that's in my blood, and I love bringing, smiles to people's faces, and I love interacting with the people. When I go do a show. I just don't sit there or stand there and play the accordion and sing and then get off. I really like to involve the crowd, with what I do. I really love to make them feel like they're at home, just in their backyard, having a great time. There's a separation there between artists and fans that shouldn't be there, that I see with a lot of different acts, and it's normal because, fans see you as an artist and they see you as a performer, and the line automatically is going to be drawn between artist and fan. But, I really push the limit at my shows, and I want to push it to the limit to where I make them feel a part of me, and I want to feel a part of them. And if I don't see someone dancing, that's the most difficult thing for me. If I don't see someone dancing or singing to the song, it just eats me up inside, and I want them to dance. I want them to get up. I want them to have a good time. So it's not really hard for me to change from just being the accordion player on stage to now being the accordion player and the front man and the singer and everything at once. It's not really difficult for me because I love what I do, and that's just how it is.
Okay, so let's go to the other side real quick. And now I'm sounding like Oprah teens. Okay, what was the most pleasant or the biggest, positive surprise when you did the transition to the head, the headliner?
The front man, if you will.
Yes, right. He's up front, man. Okay, baby's out there. He's up front. No, go ahead.
Well, I think the most surprising thing to me was acceptance, and I'm very fortunate that the people have accepted it. They've accepted me as a front man, because when I was with Jennifer and when I was with Alma and when I was with Frijoles Románticos, like any band, the accordion player will have fans, the bass player has his own fans, and I have those still today that are still following me, and they say, hey man, I remember you when you were with Jennifer and his Jets. I was a big fan of yours. I remember you when you were with Frijoles Románticos. I was a big fan of yours. I'm so happy that you're now doing this as a solo artist, and they come up to me and tell me this, and I think that's one of the most, that's one of the most beautiful things to me as a solo artist is acceptance from the people, because accepting my music, accepting me as a person on stage, accepting me as a front man, I mean, that's just amazing. That's what you reach for. That's what you want to strive for, acceptance. And I'm very fortunate that I've gotten that from the people, and I'm very thankful for it.
Oh yeah. I've never been there, but I kind of understand what you're saying. So, you know what? I want to go ahead and play another song, and I want to do this one because this was another one that people request, but it's one of those like, I'll get inboxes like, I'm crying now, and I'm remembering my dad, I'm remembering my mom, and that's, like Extraño Tanto. And let's talk about that song, because that came from deep from the heart. I could tell.
Well, John, that song, it's just one of those songs that don't come around every so often, man. And I have to say that that's one of the, you know, if not the favorite song that I've ever written in my life. You know, I'd have to say that's up there. That's the favorite song that I've ever written in my life, and that reason being because I lost my mom when I was 15 years old, and she loved music. You know, she loved that I played the accordion, and unfortunately, she didn't get to see everything that I've gone through. You know, as far as the music business is concerned, which I would have loved for her to see. You know, in life. And, you know, that's a song that I wrote when one night, you know, coming home late from gigging, you know, working, in my living room, there's a picture of her on my wall, and there's several other pictures around her of my siblings, my brothers and sisters, in our capping gowns. And right underneath that wall, right underneath those pictures, there's a couch. And I always laid down my guitar there. And when I got home late one night, I picked up the guitar and I sat down. It was about 3, 4 in the morning. I sat down on the couch and I looked up at her picture and I said, you know, te extraño. You know, I miss you, Mom. I miss you. And I just started strumming the guitar. And it was just unbelievable how that song came to be. It's just, it just poured out of me. I didn't get a pen or a paper. I didn't record it on my phone, which I usually do. I didn't, you know, edit it. I didn't go back and erase words or put new words. That song just poured out of me like if I was just talking to her. And as soon as I sang it, you know, I then recorded it on my phone. I said, let me just record this, what I just did, you know, for the idea. And it just came out so beautiful. I sent it to Freddie Jr. the following day. I sent it to him, and I remember I inboxed it to him, and he called me right away, like not even 10 minutes later after, I guess, listening to the song. He called me 10 minutes later and he said, Lucky, we have to do this song. We have to record it as soon as possible. And one of my goals in you know, my career has always been to record a song estilo mariachi. And I asked him, I said, Freddie, well, can I do it mariachi? And he said, of course, you can do it mariachi. So we ended up recording it mariachi. I got some friends of mine from Metcal Chelsea. They're amazing mariachi instructors, and los mariachis arrieros, and they helped me on that tune. They helped me on that song. We released it for Mother's Day a couple of years ago, and it just took off. You know, it just took off, and it's a beautiful song for anybody who has lost a loved one in their life, or for anyone that still has them here today with them. You know, it's a very heartfelt song, and it's I named it La Extraño Tanto because I miss her. I miss her every day. I miss her very, very much.
You know, the one thing as a DJ that I found out DJing, because I haven't done this very long, is that I have a responsibility, and what I mean by that, by the music I play, because you just don't know what song touches somebody. And I get that all the time, like, oh, thank you for playing that song. It reminded me of my mom, my dad, my sister, brother, or somebody, my husband, you know. But, you know, when I play this one here, I just get inboxes like, I'm crying now and thank you so much. And they thank me. And in a way, I'm like, I don't know, that's a sad song. It's a very touching song, but I always find out instead of making people sad, I get thank yous for playing that song. So, you know, I want to thank you for doing this song because it brings, it's a sad song, but it also is it's a song that does make people, as it sounds, it makes people happy and it makes them, you know, remember. And I think, and it makes them think the good times, whoever it is, you know, their mother or whatever, yeah. You know. And, so I'm going to thank you because I get thank yous for playing this song. So, and now I'm saying thank you to Lucky Joe for creating this song.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying because they tell me at my shows, every time I play it, they come up to me and they say, "Oh my God, I love that song. It reminds me of my mom, and she's sick right now, and we love her so much." And it's just amazing what music can do, and how music can bring people together, and how it can connect you in so many different ways, whether you're going through something or whether you feel happy or sad, and that's why I love doing what I do. And I appreciate all your kind comments. Thank you. I hope that people still keep requesting it.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Let's go ahead and La Extraño Tanto, Lucky Joe, and we'll be right back.
Para ti, madrecita. Esta canción se la dedico a mi madre, con toda la fuerza que tengo en el alma. Canto hacia el cielo para que me escuche, para que ella sepa que la extraño mucho. Ella se encuentra en un paraíso, rodeada de flores, sé que está tranquila. La extraño tanto, quisiera abrazarla, contarle mis sueños y orar en sus brazos. La extraño tanto, anhelo tocarla, sentir el calor que siempre me daba. La extraño tanto. Se encuentra en un paraíso, rodeada de flores, sé que está tranquila. La extraño tanto, quisiera abrazarla, contarle mis sueños y orar en sus brazos. La extraño tanto, anhelo tocarla, sentir el calor que siempre me da. La extraño tanto.
Oh yeah, and of course that was La Extraño Tanto with Lucky Joe, and we got him back on the air. And wow, man, that I'm looking at the at our chat room, and people are just like, just it pours out, man. So again, thank you for creating that song. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I'm glad that people enjoy it, and I want to stress the fact that it's like I say at all my shows, right before I do the song, I dedicate it to all the mothers that are with us and all the mothers that are not with us, but that are taking care of us from up above.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? What I wanted to do is, I'm going to let you do some shout out stuff, but, of course, I should have asked you off air, but I want to tell you, can we just play a snippet? Can we play just a little bit of this, Justin Bieber Love Yourself cover? Can I play like,
go ahead.
Let me do about, huh?
You can do about 10 seconds.
Okay, everybody, you're going to just get 10 seconds of this. But if you want to hear the whole thing, you can go to, Lucky Joe's Facebook page, and it's right there. Okay. So,
yes.
Or you can go to YouTube and just, I guess you just have to type in Lucky Joe, Justin Bieber, and Love Yourself, and it'll cover in Spanish, and it'll come right up. So I just want to just do just 10 seconds. So, I tell you, do me a favor, Lucky, do me a favor. Get out the stopwatch and click me until 10, okay?
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's do it. Let me see if I can pick it up from here.
Y cada sitio que puedas entrar, tú crees que sí.
All right, that's 10 right there. So go check it out, but not until after the interview, guys. Okay.
Well, the reason that, I'm sorry, I only said 10, but the reason being, we're still working very hard on that song, and I know it's up on my Facebook. But that's not actually how it really is going to be. We added some accordion to it, and we added some more vocals to it. And it's on my Facebook page, and you guys are more than welcome to share it. If anybody out there, wants to help me out and share it and get some more traction on that video. Because ultimately, man, social media is taking over the world, and it's just amazing how many people can get connected. That video that I did of that cover song has been, I got comments from people from Puerto Rico, Colombia, Mexico, Monterrey, so many different areas, and so many different people have viewed that and shared that video, and it's just amazing, man. So anybody out there, if you enjoyed the song, give it a like and give it a share, and I would really appreciate that.
That's a good thing you brought up. You're getting these hits from all over, and that's the one thing. Yeah, we do too on social media, being the radio and on the internet. We get hits from everywhere. For some reason we do really well in South America, Brazil, and Argentina. I don't know why, but we do. But
oh wow, that is amazing.
And of course, we have some friends out there, and of course in Spain and all that. But do you ever see are you getting any interest from maybe doing a tour in South America or Central America, Japan, or anything like that?
Well, right now, we're focusing more on the United States, only because there's a broader audience for our genre of music. But if that one song comes around that will able to break us into those markets, a crossover, if you will, we'll be more than, happy to be able to tour all over the world. When I was with Frijoles Románticos, I was very fortunate to be able to tour to Germany with Elida. Elida Reina had a USO tour where she went and played for the U.S. troops that were stationed in Germany. And I was fortunate enough to become part of the band. And we toured Germany. We were in Frankfurt. We were in Garmisch. We flew into Amsterdam. And we flew in, and we went to all these army bases that, were soldiers, United States soldiers stationed in Germany. And a lot of people from all over Texas and all over the United States, a lot of Tejanos, a lot of Mexicanos, and it was a great, great experience, and I would love to do that with my music, with my own music.
Well, you know, I think that with this cover song, like you said, you're getting all these hits already from, you know, other countries and stuff. You know, when that happens, then they start looking and they like it. They start looking at other Lucky Joe, collaborations, you know, and other songs. Mm-hmm. And so, hey, it wouldn't surprise me, you know, to hear about you going on tour. So, if you need a roadie, man, then let me know, or a gopher. I can be a gopher. No, not a roadie. I can't, no, roadie, that's too much work, but I can be a gopher.
We'll all go, man. I'll take everybody with us. We'll all hop on a bus or hop on a plane. Let's all go.
Well, you know what? You gotta promise us is that when you do go out there to these other countries, stream it, for we can watch it here back in the States. How's that?
I give my word. I'll stream. I don't know if I'm going to have enough service to do that, but I'll try my best.
There you go. We appreciate that. Mira, this time, let's go ahead and, you got some shout outs you want to give and then some events you want to promote.
Well, basically, just give a big shout out to everybody that's listening right now, that everybody that's online. I don't have, the link on hand with me. If not, I would say their names, but I just want to thank you guys. I just want to thank the people that, keep our music alive, and especially the people that expose our music to the younger generation, because basically that's very, very important. We need to instill our culture and our music to our youngsters. We need to instill our music, nuestra cultura, nuestra música. That way, they're the future. Our children are the future, and they're the ones that are going to keep our music alive, So a big shout-out to all the listeners. A big shout-out to my record label, Freddie Records, for an amazing and outstanding job that they do with us. And a big thank you, thank you to everybody. The most recent gigs that we're going to be having this Saturday, we're going to be in Houston, or it's a town called Wharton.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be opening up the show with Ram Herrera, and it's going to be for the Tejano youths, and all the money that's raised in that event is going to go to scholarships for the children, for the up and coming students that are going to go to college and stuff like that. And then next week, we're going to be touring parts of Laredo and Crystal City, and we got so many shows coming up. I don't have the calendar on hand, but we're very blessed, John, to have so much work, and I can't wait to see you guys at one of our shows. I'd like to invite the people also to like our stuff on Facebook, share our stuff on Instagram, on Twitter. I also have a website, www.luckyjoemusic.com, and go in there and you can check out our latest videos and whatnot, merchandise and stuff like that. So, saluditos a toda la gente que está sintonizada ahorita y está conectada de parte de tu amigo Lucky Joe.
Well, I appreciate it. And again, I want to thank Tejanos Unite for setting this up. And of course, that's the president, La Única Rose. And of course, a good buddy, Gil Mata. I think you probably were talking with Gil.
Yeah, a big shout out to them. A big shout out to her and to Gil Mata and to Christina. I know I got a chance to talk to Gil Mata at Fanfare, and he approached me and he let me know that they wanted to do this, and I was all for it. Sometimes, us as artists, we don't have a lot of time to sit down and talk to people that are involved with these type of organizations, due to the fact that, there's so many things going on, especially at Fanfare, man. Oh my God, there was so many people at Fanfare, and we got to sell our merchandise there and meet new fans, and that was just awesome. So big shout out to Tejanos Unite.
Yeah, and one of our other DJ that works with us, DJ Sissy, and of course DJ Marty V, they were there and you were behind them, and they looked, and this is a story, I guess I'm telling the story, maybe I should now. They said, and then they were kind of like timid of talk to you, and then I guess because you were so busy, and they did, and they said, oh, they came away so impressed. They was like, he is so nice.
Oh, no, you know what? It's like I say, you have to make the people feel like there is no boundary, there is no line. I mean, unfortunately, there is, but I mean, you as an artist, me as an artist, I have to, you know, take them in, take everybody in for what it is, because ultimately, at the end of the day, they make you or they break you, and that's just the way it is. So anybody out there listening, don't ever feel like you cannot come up to me or to one of my guys and ask for an autograph and ask for a picture. You know, we invite that. We want that. We love that.
Absolutely. And I think and even with us, you know, I encourage the listeners, hey, if you see me at an event, come to me, because sometimes you get so busy and you're looking around and you're doing this, and it's not that you don't want to meet the people, but you got, especially you're the guy up front, and you're the boss, you know, and you got all this other things going on before a show, because there's a lot of preparation before a show. You know, I tell them, just go up and say hello to them, because they do want to meet their fans, and they do, you know, the artists do want to meet their fans. And, so just always encourage people, just go say hi, you know, and,
yeah.
So that's what I do. I mean, I don't care, man. I'll go say hi.
Yeah, most definitely. It always feels good to us for us to sign an autograph or take a picture. It's just awesome.
Well, you know, hey, Lucky Joe, thank you again for coming and visiting with us. And I hope when you get your when do you think you're going to get your latest CD, get your newest CD out?
Well, we're in the works right now. We're recording our third album with 30 Records, and it's coming along great. We have 13 songs right now that we've done on the bass and on the drums, and we're still working on the accordion and vocals, but I would have to say in about the next couple of months, it should be ready to be printed and released. So keep an eye out for it.
Well, let's go ahead and keep selling that second album, CD. ¿Dónde lo pueden agarrar? Is that this, like, CD Baby and Amazon and any other places you want to shout out to about that?
Both of our records, the first one and the second one, can be found on the 30recordstore.com. You know, just Google 30 Records, and they'll ship it out to you. And it's actually at a really good price. You can also find it on iTunes. You can find all the singles on iTunes, like Amor Escondido, Suerte, Duele Quererte, Muchacha Bonita, La Extraño Tanto. So many songs that were released, you can find them on iTunes, and especially on the 30recordstore.com.
All right. Well, again, thank you very much, and I hope you will come back and visit real soon. And if you have anything you want to promote, and just give me a call, and definitely get you back on here on the mic.
Sounds awesome, John. Thank you for having me. Hopefully, it won't be the last time.
Oh, no.
And before I leave, I just want to send a big shout out to all the people once again, and thank you, Rafa. Thank you for making me who I am. And I really appreciate each and every one of you, and God bless everybody.
All right. Well, appreciate it. That's Lucky Joe here on John Stejano Icehouse Radio, and we'll be right back. Hang on a minute there, okay? And, of course, we'll be right back.
Favorito es el 7. El color que más me gusta es el gris. No le tengo miedo a la muerte. Y lo que más me gusta es vivir. Tú le diste luz a mi vida. Eso que te vengo a decir. Tengo suerte al conocerte, por ti conocí el amor. Desde que estás a Todos me dicen que estoy loco, locamente enamorado de ti. Tú le diste luz a mi vida, es por eso que te vengo a decir. Tengo suerte al conocerte, por ti conocí el amor. Desde que estás a mi lado, todo está mucho mejor. Suerte por tener tus besos, por darme tu corazón, por quererme sin medida y aceptarme como soy. Tengo suerte al conocerte, por ti conocí el amor. Desde que estás a mi lado, todo está mucho mejor. Suerte por tener tus besos, por darme tu corazón, por quererme sin medida y aceptarme como soy. Suerte. Me duele tanto tu ausencia, vacío siento el corazón. Me duele tanto tu ausencia, vacío siento el corazón. Te fuiste cuando más te quería, nunca quise jugar con tu amor. La culpa no la tiene Cupido, él cree fuerte en el amor. No supe valorar tu cariño, nunca quise jugar con tu amor. No sé qué me has hecho, que no puedo vivir sin ti. La vida se me acaba si tú no regresas a mí. Regresa conmigo, por favor. No quiero quebrar con la ilusión. No puedo seguir en este mundo sin tu amor. Conmigo, por favor, te ruego y suplico tu perdón. No puedo seguir en este mundo sin tu amor. La culpa no la tiene Cupido, él cree fuerte en el amor. No supe valorar tu cariño, nunca quise jugar con tu amor. No sé qué me has hecho, que no puedo vivir sin ti. La vida se me acaba si tú no regresas a mí. Regresa conmigo, por favor.